Hello there! Do you want to explore the local and international destinations while learning English? If so, then let's get it on! Direct and indirect or recorded speech. That's our topic for today. Stay tuned. Teacher Jerome Papak here, and I will be your teacher for today's English lesson. Direct and indirect or recorded speech simply describe what other people said. First destination, let's go to Paris, France. Notice the example above. Alexander Gustave Eiffel said, I designed and constructed the Iron Tower. Second sentence, Alexander Gustave Eiffel said that he designed and constructed the Iron Tower. Third sentence, teacher said, Paris is a city of love and lights. Fourth sentence, teacher said that Paris was a city of love and lights. Question, can you identify the differences of the sentences above? What have you noticed? Number 2, use of that. And number 3, change of pronoun. Second destination, South Korea. What are the differences of the direct speech and indirect speech? Direct speech simply repeats what was said by the person who is speaking. Take a look at the example here. Jang Kyung-ryul said, I designed the Seoul Tower in South Korea. Direct speech simply give the marks of putting a quotation mark on the direct speech that he is saying and putting a comma after the word said. Notice the word said. Direct speech always being led by the word said or told. So these are the 3 marks of the direct speech. The word said, comma, and putting quotation marks. Again, direct speech repeats what was said. On the other hand, indirect speech only reports what was said. Take a look at the example here. Jang Kyung-ryul said that he designed the Seoul Tower in South Korea. Notice the omission of the comma. Notice the omission of the quotation mark and placing the word that after the word said. Thus, the marks of an indirect speech. Our third destination, Rizal Park. Okay, let's answer this quick quiz. Write D if the statement is direct speech, and write I if the statement is indirect speech. Pause this video to answer. I'm giving you 5 minutes to answer the quiz. Now, let's check your answer. Number 1, I. Rizal said that I have to believe much in God because I have lost my faith in man. Notice that there is no comma, there is no quotation mark. Number 2, the answer is letter D, or direct speech, because of the presence of the comma after the said and the quotation marks. Number 3, the answer is correct, indirect speech, because of the word that. Number 4, correct, letter D, or direct speech, because of the presence of the comma after the word said and the quotation marks. Very good. Fourth destination, Rome, Italy. How to change the direct speech to indirect speech? There are 3 rules. Number 1, plan the pronouns. There are changing of pronouns when we change the direct speech Number 2, state the speaker. And number 3, time the tenses. So these are the 3 rules in changing direct speech to indirect speech. Step number 1, changing of pronouns. Take a look at this example. Emperor Vespasian said, I commissioned the Colosseum for the Roman people. You need to change the pronoun I into he if you're going to change the direct to indirect speech. Now take a look at these more examples. From the direct speech, they use I. For the reported speech, you need to use he or she. Direct speech for we, plural, you're gonna use they. For the indirect speech, for the direct speech, you're gonna use direct speech I, she, he, we, and they. And for the direct speech, they, same as they, and then she, he, it, and it. So those are the rules in changing direct speech into direct speech when it comes to pronouns. Number 2, state the speaker. In this sentence, who is the speaker? It is Emperor Vespasian himself. So applying step number 1, we're going to change I into he and retaining the speaker as Emperor Vespasian and then adding the word that. Of course, we're going to remove the comma and we're going to remove the quotation mark because we are changing into indirect speech. Step number 3, time the tenses. The question is the reporting verb in the past tense? Yes, in this case, Emperor Vespasian said. The word said here is in the past tense. And we're going to retain that one as well. I commissioned the Colosseum for the Roman Empire, for the Roman people rather. Now, for the final statement of changing from the direct to indirect statement, we will have Emperor Vespasian said that he commissioned the Colosseum for the Roman people. Further information about changing of tenses, I have here a few samples. Simple present becomes simple past tense. Notice the example here. The girl said the Colosseum is circular. Notice the verb here is. So we will change the word is into was for you to be able to come up with simple past. So you'll have the girl said that the Colosseum was circular. Next, present continuous becomes past continuous. The examples are the Colosseum management said we are accepting tourists. And converting that into indirect speech, the Colosseum management said that they were accepting tourists. Notice the changing of we are into they were. Okay, so those are the past continuous. Next, number 3, present perfect to past perfect. Emperor Nero said all gladiators have fought. Changing it into indirect speech, Emperor Nero said that all gladiators had fought. Notice the changing of had fought into had fought. Those are just few rules in changing of tenses when it comes to verb. Fifth destination, Golden Bridge in San Francisco, California. Now, let's check what you have learned. Change the following into indirect speech. Number 1, James Wilkins said, I have conceptualized the bridge. 2, the tourist said, we will tour here again someday. Number 3, the tour guide said, you should always pay attention to my instruction. I'm giving you 5 minutes to answer the questions. The answers are on the second sentence below, starting with the plus. James Wilkins said that he had conceptualized the bridge. 2, the tourist said that they will tour there again someday. Number 3, the tour guide said that they should always pay attention to his instruction. 7th and last destination, Museo Iloilo. Number 4, Sergio Pinasaula said, I will design the Museo Iloilo in Bonifacio Drive. Number 5, visitor said, we have seen a lot of artifacts in Museo Iloilo. Let's check your answers. Number 4, answer, Sergio Pinales said that he would design the Museo Iloilo in Bonifacio Drive. Number 5 answer,
Visitors said that they had seen a lot of artifacts in Museo Iloilo. That's all for today about direct and indirect speech. I hope you enjoyed our adventure while learning English. Teacher Jerome here and see you again next time.